What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zcash today, ZEC USD. It is the 5th day of July. Here we are at about $464 with roughly 8 hours, 48 minutes left in this day and left in this week. It is the last day of the week. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Let's talk about this price action here. So we have been moving up. You have wicked out. You have stopped basically at the exact area that we were expecting you to stop. Let's see, from a low here to a high. No, that's not what it was. From a high here to a low. Is that what it was? Yes, the golden ratio. That's not right. That's not. I wouldn't have taken that fit. Maybe it was this high to low here. There we go. Okay, this golden ratio. We've stopped there. The thing is, it's incredibly common on your first interaction to find resistance at the golden ratio, and we are finding resistance here. It's even pretty common to reject and come down to the 0.5382. You've been in this area now for about 3 days and you have not rejected. You're just finding resistance here. And on top of that, we look at the this high to low here. No, not this high to low, damn it, sorry. We look at this low to high here. We've actually closed above the 236 for the last 2 days in a row, and we're looking to close the third day above it, and today we've actually found support at the 236. So whereas 2 days ago I was bearish at these levels, and I think rightfully so, the reaction that I was expecting has not happened yet. Just like I was bearish here, and we moved down a little bit, but then we came back up, and the reaction we were looking for didn't happen, we flipped bullish. I would like to flip bullish here. I think Zcash is going to continue moving higher. It is. I think it is going to continue moving higher. With this look here, I'm actually under the impression now that Zcash could move back above $544. But yes, we might be taking out this high. You look at this overall from a high, relative high back in May, to the low here, and you have since found resistance at the golden ratio once. You came up a little bit, but you came back below it twice. This is the third time. Typically in this scenario, the idea would be that you go to your 786, 886 area. This would still be a lower high overall, while giving us a higher high relatively speaking. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to see, because from here it really is possible that Zcash could rally higher. I'm not there yet. No way am I there yet to call for prices that are above $688. I'm not there. But I am at least at the point where I feel comfortable enough calling for prices that are around $555 to $610, $613. What is that? It's $555 to $613. Yeah, I feel comfortable enough calling for that, and it might even be a little bit less than $555. Let's see, $554 to $613, somewhere in that range. I think that's where we're going to go. That's our next stop. And depending on how we react, depending on how much volume we get, this could go higher. Maybe that's a fake out high here and just a lower high here, and this sends us down lower. I stand by what I said during this time here and since. It's incredibly unlikely. I mean, this just doesn't happen, man, where you see selling pressure like this and then there's no follow through afterwards. We can move up and then still move down, and that still counts as follow through. I just mean it would be really, really, really odd that this was a low of which you actually recover from and see new highs. That would be really odd. It's statistically unlikely, statistically impractical to consider. Yet, here we are in this weird situation where as we climb, depending on how we behave, the probability that we get above this high becomes more and more likely. I want to look at the short-term stuff. This is just my perspective looking at it on the daily time frame, but let's look at the short-term stuff. Let's see on the 1 hour and zoom out, see what we're looking at. It's completely possible that we still come down here, but closing above the 236 2 days, 3 days in a row, I can't overlook that. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom out. 1 hour here. I mean, yeah, you sold off, but no volume came in. No volume at all. You rejected the overbought zone, your RSI. I mean, overall, your RSI actually looks pretty strong. You're getting overbought. Yeah, you rejected it here, but you didn't get oversold. In your time of weakness, no volume came in, no oversold readings. Stochastics are back up here. The MACD is looking like it wants to find support in this 0 area. I mean, you look pretty healthy, man, pretty strong. You built some solid bullish momentum, and you did nothing with it to the downside. Now it's the bull's turn. I can't help but think we're going to do something to the upside here. We look at the 4 hour time frame. And yeah, you've been overbought to a certain degree here. Yes, you've broken out of this higher low trend. Where's the move, man? Why are you still lingering up here? Where's the move down? Where's the volume? It's not there. You look at this high here, relative high to the relative low. Again, just consolidating at the golden ratio like this. I mean, it could just be some weird price action. And maybe you still have lower to go. And I'm willing, just as I've flipped to the bullish perspective today, I'm willing to flip to the bearish perspective tomorrow if we see some price action that suggests that. But for the time being, I'm definitely bullish to higher prices, even higher than this price here. The RSI is bullish overall. The stochastics are bullish overall. You're bouncing here off the 50. That's great. MACD is bullish overall as well. You had bearish divergence. You didn't do anything with it. Now you're actually starting to kill off that bearish momentum and perhaps look to flip green again. And you're in a very bullishly postured state. I mean, this does not look bad. It would be foolish of me to at least not consider the bullish side, the bullish perspective from here. But I'm taking it a step further from consideration. I'm actually just flipping the call, flipping the script overall. Again, it was the right thing to do here. Maybe it's the wrong thing to do here. Maybe I should maintain the bearish bias. I don't know. But in my experience, and this is something that took a long time to learn, and it's still even, it's one of the more difficult things to do as a trader. We all know what a setup looks like, okay? Like whenever you're looking at this here, you got bearish divergence, you know, you're coming down, you're expecting to find resistance, okay? Here you got a lower high, rejected down. Okay, this is clearly a bearish setup. We're going to go down. Nobody would have thought that we'd go down this low, but clearly a bearish setup there, okay? Here you're rejecting the overbought zone. This is a potential setup for, you know, a high to be in, and then we go lower. But whenever the setup doesn't go your way, and whenever things start to go the opposite, what most people do is they cling to that setup still. Oh, well, we still have lower highs in the RSI. We're still going to come down. But no, you didn't. That was your thought initially here, and now you're doing something that goes against that thought. One of the most important things I've learned as a trader is to, when you see something that is going against the flow, the directional heading that you've initially perceived, not something small, but something significant enough where it's like, this isn't going the way that I thought it would, before it really starts going against you, if you can flip right in that moment, it's not a bad thing. Tight stop losses, all that, tight expectations, and in the sense of that, you know, if we close, let's actually take this, is it this low to high here, right? Yeah. If we were to close a day below 452, I would flip bearish again. Any day to close below 452, not go below, but to close below 452 on any day, I would flip bearish again. That's what it would take. And if we're in this screwy price action where it's convincing me that we're bearish and then convincing me that we're bullish all within a 2-day span and then we're bearish again, fine. Sometimes things are screwy. Sometimes they are. But more often than not, whenever things go against you, like again, guys, I expected 2 days ago that we would have seen some recovery to the downside. We had all these wicks to the upside, volumes dying off as you're trying to push higher. Here was the move. Here it was. It began. Nothing came through. We saw even less volume. And now we're back up. This is one of those moments where it's like, it's not really going the way that I expected it to. We've seen this play out over the last couple of days. That's enough. It's not like the past couple of minutes, not the past couple of hours. It's the past couple of days. That's enough for me to be like, okay, if this isn't happening, maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe it still happens, and instead of shorting here or selling the exact top, you got to sell or short at a little bit lower of a price, but you'll still get a good bit of that enchilada, wherever it is that it goes. But all I'm trying to say here is, I think it's going to go higher. I think it's time to call a spade, and there's nothing wrong. One of the most valuable things I've learned as a trader is being able to pivot. Being able to pivot. What the novices call flip-flopping, the experienced individuals call pivoting. Right? You have to be able to shift your mentality, go with the flow. That's not a bad thing. It's a really good, it's a completely necessary thing in the trading world. You need it. You need it. Otherwise you're going to get steamrolled. Imagine being bearish here and not flip-flopping. Well, you're getting wrecked. And then you're still bearish here. Oh, we're at the golden ratio. We're going to go down. After hitting it once, twice, this is the third time statistically you're more likely to break out. Oh, still it's the golden ratio. It's bearish. We're going to go down. And then getting steamrolled some more. I'd rather not. I'd rather say, hey, I was wrong in thinking that it'd go down. We're going to go up. And we did. I'd rather be wrong, do that again and say, hey, I was wrong in saying we're going to reject here. Now we're going to go up actually, and I bet we do. That's my expectation. Here we are at 462. I made my first bearish call basically at this exact same level, so there's no skin off your back. But imagine that you're going short here or selling. You can buy back or go long at basically the same price. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Maybe stay away from trading. Keep some tight stop losses on there. Do low leverage if you are trading, but I digress. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Daily MACD looks good. Stochastics look good. The RSI broke out of its downtrend. I mean, it looks good. What more do you want, man? I mean, it really does look good. Now, again, one last thing. I am not saying we're going higher. I'm not there yet. I'm still under the belief that we have this double top playing out. Just in the meantime, maybe we go back up here. Maybe we do. We take out this high and we still come back down. Maybe that happens. I'm still looking at this as a double top, and I'm willing to flip that perspective as well, depending on what we see over the coming week or weeks. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.